DM, I have night vision.
Okay, Marlon is
Dark
dead.
vision,
Thanks for
dumbass.
having you. Back first, we'll go to Rashawn. And pick up basically where you left off last time. Sitting outside the theater, you wait for Yuri and Lexi to emerge. You think to yourself, you wait. You've gotten yourself a snack from one of the nearby benches. You kind of clench your breast, knuckle in your pocket to ease your nerves. Norman is missing. Vincent Rowan is out there. An artifact will be at the gallery tonight. Jack or Jill might have answers. Answers. Thieves. How could the thieves have been arrested if they were out of the city? Unless... No. You can't make assumptions. Someone walks past you, kind of trips over their own shoe, and in that same motion, pushes a slip of paper into your chest, recovers, and keeps walking.
Oh. Look at the paper.
Okay. You see this writing on both sides of it. You see on the first side is a phone number, and on the back side is a message. The phone number, of course, is just a generic number you can call. I don't actually write down numbers in this game. I haven't thought of like fucking area codes for phones yet. So, but on the other side where the message is, beyond the phone number, you see, don't call from downtown. Use a phone between downtown and a labor district. Buy a few hot dogs and put this card in the hot dog trash and dispose of it.
What? It doesn't say where to buy the dogs from?
I mean, you're downtown. There's a hot dog stand over by the bus stop that leads down. And because there's a collection of bus stops, but the one near you is a bus stop about a block away that will take you. It runs about half an hour from now. Will take you down this area, the path within Labor District.
Hot dog money?
No.
Fuck it, I didn't want hot dogs.
You're gonna eat the hot dogs.
And he said I have to buy a few of them.
Just buy,
I said a few hot dogs. That's 3 or more.
just buy
3 hot dogs.
Just go buy 3 hot dogs.
Hot dog is fucking ball.
Just sigh. And then I'll go over to the hot dog stand.
Just mark up like 2 cards.
3 hot dogs.
He goes, 3 hot dogs? You might be a hungry fella, aren't you? Alright, 3 hot dogs, coming right up. And he takes off the little spinning grill thingy and hands him, puts them in the little boxes and hands them to you. There you are, sir. It'll just be 2 cards.
Yeah.
Gonna load them with everything on.
I mean,
Dogs,
they got the
bro.
condiments right there in front of you. You can grab your own ketchup and mustard if you want like the good like chili and all that stuff. You gotta ask them because it's behind the counter. It doesn't cost them, but you gotta ask them.
I'll put... Can I get some condiments?
Oh, of course. You want the special ones? Or you want the ketchup, mustard, mayo, relish right there? But if you want like chili and cheese, I've got to keep them hot behind the counter here, so they're all behind the counter in this little bin here.
I just take the chili and cheese.
All right.
No, mustard and ketchup. Something quick.
Okay. You mustard ketchup for the hot dogs.
Thanks. Now I have to fucking eat 3 hot dogs before I can throw it away without looking suspicious.
you beat not eat 2 of the dogs at the bus stop before the bus arrives. You're welcome to toss the card in the trash now if you'd like.
Yeah.
Okay, you put the trash on the hot dog and toss it in there and hop on the bus to your last hot dog. It is about I guess the time would be different now because I'm pretty sure you guys got down here earlier in the day, about like 12 I believe. So it's about 12:50 when the bus arrives here. Let me put your token on the map while I'm at it. You get to about here, about the midway point between the Lake District and downtown. Dismount the bus, and you see of course there are payphones all over the city. I mean, not payphones. There's public phone all over the city because phones are free to call from here. But there's city phones all around the city. But you hop off at a stop that has a phone relatively nearby.
Okay. I'll just head to it and call it up.
Okay. Picking up the phone, you dial the number. The line clicks, and you hear like a rural Gassian voice, which is like usually UK English where they're more rural voices. You hear a rural Gassian voice on the other end. And this is an I didn't do it as well as you did, of course. This is an homage to your little phone cipher you did that at one time. But the whole thing is not a cipher. It goes, "Now, Rashawn, the man wants to go out to buy things for the baby shower, but he can't make it. Meet me at," and he gives you an address. "I'll go with you instead."
Alright.
and for the sake of brevity, I didn't do it as well as you did, obviously. I kind of had to speed run it because I didn't want to... my brain's not as big.
Fine.
But after that, the line clicks. And you kind of... I mean, there are phone books, like view addresses and stuff like that to get a gauge of where you might be heading based on the numbers and all that stuff.
How far is this location?
This will... Not that far. It is about a... It's about a half an hour up this way in the Northeast District.
Half an hour walk?
If you were to walk, it would be a bit longer, but it's about...
Oh, you have me bouncing all over this damned place.
Can I see said map?
Oh, my bad. I forgot I can do this way now because I removed the other. I had the old map where I could double click and activate it for you. Sorry, guys.
Whoa.
Oh my goodness. Why couldn't you have just wrote that on the card? I'll head up. Take the next bus.
Okay. Oh. Let's see about. It would like a half an hour for the next bus to arrive.
Holy shit! It would have been easier to walk!
But you arrive. Arriving at the address provided, you discover to be an old coffee shop on a strip of a collection of similarly old businesses. Two tables kind of flank the front door. Looking at the interior, however, the place appears to be at least closed for the moment, or perhaps closed for an indefinite amount of time.
Place is closed?
It looks closed as you arrive.
I go try the door.
Walk over. The door is locked. And as you try it, you hear the kind of ting, 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 ting of something coming down the alley behind, or coming down the alley beside the building. As a can, like a small can of like soda or something is kicked in your direction, and you hear something kind of clattering within the can itself.
Can I see down the alley?
You see, as you look in the alleyway, you see the supposed to be like a side door to the building is being closed behind someone.
Oh, okay. Cryptic messages. I say to myself, I'm gonna go pick up the can.
Okay, pick up a can, flip it over, and there's a off key to the front door in there.
Oh.
It definitely looks like for example, it looks like, it doesn't look like it's a very well worn key. It's like a relatively new and or a spare key of some kind.
Okay, I'll go use the spare key on the door.
Unlocking the door, you enter and you see nothing. No one. It's eerily quiet. And you think for a moment, was this a setup? The sly gentleman you met before mentioned people who might be hunting for you. Is this what this is? And then you hear footfalls. They
Sliding my brass knuckles on.
Okay, you slide them on. You hear footfalls. They clap on the tile floor as someone walks from the kitchen. They're an average-sized man with a sweater vest, a pipe, and some slacks. His brown hair is brushed and he wears thick glasses. I'll put the token on the map, actually.
6'1".
Oh my, yeah. The average height in this video is just 6. Fuck you. Where's this thing? I'm gonna have his token. Here it is. View token artwork. There we go.
Oh, what the? He's from K-pop.
Your K-pop. His brown hair is brushed and he wears thick glasses. He has a folder underneath one arm. He gestures to a table with the other. He speaks again, the same voice over the phone. How do you pronounce your last name? It's Nosu, right?
Nosu. Yeah, Nosu.
Mr. Nosu, please have a seat.
Okay. Are you the one that sent me those messages?
Yes, I had to be very careful about who was following us. But I was, indeed.
A few hot dogs? Do you know that is at least 3 hot dogs? That's a lot of hot dogs, even for someone like me.
Did you bring one?
That's money, you know. I ate it all. I had to wait for an hour for the next bus.
Well, don't worry, I'm certain this will be worth your while. My name is Mr. John Doe. I am a frequent associate of our mutual friend, well, your friend, our mutual associate, Norman Young.
Okay.
He sits down, places the folder in front of him, clicks a stopwatch in his pocket, and places it on the table. Time is everything, so this conversation will not surpass 10 minutes. I will start, and then we'll have a discourse between ourselves. Do not interrupt me until I say so. And as that happens, before he gets into it, we jump over to Marlon. Marlon, the date is... I'll put in the chat.
September 11th,
Shut the fuck up.
1999.
It's time for notes, Jay. It's time for the notes. This is the first point. All dates are important for things. There's the first date. I put it in chat.
Dates are important.
Mm-hmm. You're gonna have a great time, and I'll put your token over here. The streets of Visix run slick with rainwater. The faint... Actually, I gotta change the... What's it called now? The weather ambience now to this.
1907. You got this shit in fucking...
It's backwards, yeah.
Foreigners?
Oh my gosh. The streets of Visix run slick with rainwater. The faint rumble of thunder rolls through the sky like a stone ball down a ramp. You resided here in Visix for roughly half of your life or so, since the move. The city is in a state of confusion. Government transport carts were attacked, causing ripples to spread throughout the region. The security from the PSOs is heightened for the moment as they hunt for the leads and the criminals at large. Tonight is a night best suited to be indoors. You turn and walk back inside from your balcony overlooking the evening streets of a home you have found yourself in between the Labor District and Old Town, and enter your abode. A clock on your wall ticks away. You walk in the kitchen to grab a drink, but before you can finish, there's a knock on your door.
Am I used to getting fucking knocks on my door at this point of the day?
Let's change the clock. Let's change the clock. There we go.
Oh, it's fucking near midnight. Shit. Do you have a peephole? I gotta open this bitch.
There's no peephole now. You haven't had one installed yet. You can get one installed. They're not expensive, but you haven't had one installed yet because it doesn't really seem necessary.
Fine. I'll go ahead and head to the door and just open it a slight bit and see who's outside.
Opening the door, you're greeted by a face you haven't seen in quite some time. It's a friend of yours, Norman. Can I come in? I don't have a lot of time.
Shit. Could have gave me a heads up. I'll kick open the door fully, let him on inside.
Norman wipes his shoes on the rug outside, walks in, opening a window and pulling a pipe from his large trench coat. His curly hair drips with water onto his shoes. He lights the pipe. I'm on a case, a pretty serious one. I need more hands than the people I've already got involved. If you need money, I've got work and someone to help you.
Let's see. How long do you think this will take?
Anywhere from 1 month to half a year, depending on how lucky we are with finding clues.
Half a year's a bit of a stretch, but if you say 1 month,
Then we'll say 1 month. And he kind of smiles and nods in your direction.
fine. What's it all about?
He kind of reaches over into his coat pocket, pulls an index card, and puts it out towards you while still puffing the smoke out the window from his pipe.
I'll take it, see what's all up on it.
It's a business card. It says formal inquiries only, has a phone number, and then the card says Mr. John Doe. I've worked with him before, information broker, good man, but more importantly, he's not the type to sell us out.
So you trust?
I trust him about as much as I trust you, which is a decent amount considering here we are right now. I met with Liz already today, and I have others working with me that we all are collaborating. I'll have them lay low for the time being, though, but since they're laying low, I need you and John Doe to be out in the field looking around.
Think I'll have any problems with this guy?
I doubt it. He's a very punctual man when it comes to time. So, don't waste his time if he gives you a time and date to meet and a location. Get there a bit early, I recommend.
Alright.
He walks over, putting the pipe back in his pocket, pats you on the shoulder, or puts a hand on your shoulder. This shite ain't gonna be easy, no safe. If you're up to the task, bow out now before I tell you anything more.
Please, I have nothing else going on. This will bring some sort of excitement to things.
He reaches in his pocket again, puts a small bundle of cards on the table. It is 200 cards in the small bundle. If you're sure you're looking for a man named Vincent Rowan or Conover Train, both of him, one's an anagram. I've got reasonable proof to believe he's the one who hired the attackers of the government carts. Don't underestimate him, and listen to whatever John says. He'll keep you safe. Wise on the clock. I'll be in touch.
Can you put those names in the chat?
Of course.
You said it was 200 cards?
Yes, and then add 200 cards to your inventory.
Then, alright. Got a fucking copy it, Jesus.
Give him a... As Norman kind of takes a hand off your shoulder and makes to walk away, give John Doe a call sooner rather than later. The better you get on this... The faster you get on this case, the better, in my opinion. He walks out your door, closes it behind him.
Jesus Christ, showing up. Oh, fuck. My God damn it.
I mean, you recall, Norman is a private investigator. He appears infrequently for a number of reasons. And you also recall that Liz, or Elizabeth, is a mutual friend between you and him that has something going on with Norman, it seems, at times.
Yeah.
But she helps with information, and he is, of course, the investigator, and you are the muscle. That's been kind of your dynamic. She gets information, or she gets extra information. Norman follows the leads. You help back up Norman. You guys have been kind of had that infrequent cycle of working together now and again. For you, Derek, the date here, 1907, is the date you guys got back in town from the observatory. This is when you went to the library.
Okay.
This is the same night you went to the library, or this is the night
Yep.
after y'all went to the library.
Okay.
Just so you have a stake for the sake of your time recalling things. So what do you do now, Marlon?
Oh, ow, my back hurts. I'll look over the number and whatnot, assuming with it being late as fuck, I'm not gonna bother calling at this hour, but I'll put it on the countertop where whatever's in my home.
Okay.
Remember the called Mr. John Doe early in the AM. Now I'm gonna smoke me one of my cigars on the balcony before I take my ass to bed, bro.
And what time do you wake up, Marlon, in the morning?
It's a crisp 5:30 AM.
Okay. So put it at 5:50. You're up, teeth brushed, washed up. The rain has died down a bit since before. The storm has passed. Oh. This one, there we go. The storm has passed. You wake up. What does your morning consist of?
Still in tune with his old work ethic. He'll probably go outside, run a couple miles, head back in.
Okay, put it about 6:10. So you'll go at 5:30. Yeah, about 6:10. You get back in. Put it at 6:20 after showering again. Or I guess not showering again, but showering for the first time rather. Put it at 6:20. You shower after your jog.
Then he'll make himself some grub and call that number.
Okay. Sit down with I'll say you've got like your landline phone like on your table where you eat food. You sit down, begin eating, call the number up. It rings. You hear, "This is John Doe. Information. How can I help you today?"
Mr. John Doe, I'm Marlon. I'm sure Norman Young has spread
Ah,
word
yes.
about myself to you.
Mr. Marlon, 7 p.m. Oh, sorry, 7 a.m. today. Early bird booth 3. Here's the address. And he gives you an address to a shop. See you then. And he hangs the phone up.
Was not quick. So where did he say?
He gave you an address. It's at 7 a.m. sharp. Early bird booth 3. And then he gave you an address to. It sounds like a cafe of some kind.
How do I know this location?
Can flip over your phone book. It's an old town. If you left right now, you'd get there at 7 a.m.
Oh, so I still got 30 minutes.
If you left right now, the first transport, or the first what are they called now? I think I renamed them actually recently. If you caught the very next shuttle cart, it would get you there at about 7 a.m.
I'll go ahead and go now.
Okay.
Get to see the scenario. See before. Oh.
So you arrive there. Say at 7:05.
This glides across the map.
Yeah. The Breakfast Bird is the address you find yourself at today. It's a cozy little one-story building with circular booths called nests where patrons sit. There's also a long bar similar to what you'd find at a pub where shots of espresso can be ordered for people quickly coming in and leaving. You walk to the early bird booths, a section of seating in an open-air courtyard on the side of the building. Within this section, it appears to be a greenhouse and an aviary where birds roost and fly throughout the interior or back out into the skies above, and you spot booth 3. Similarly, of course, put him back on the map. I'm not putting him back. I'll leave him on the map for now, because I think the Huffer token thing is on for him anyways.
Considering that I am a nice person, I don't want to be taking up a booth for longer than 30 minutes if I'm not going to eat food there. I'll just walk around till about, 7:20 per se.
Oh, well, there's no need for that. You spot booth 3, there's already a man there. A gentleman with neatly brushed hair, similarly as what I described for Rashawn. A suit vest, a sweater with rolled up sleeves, slacks, and thick glasses sits there. His cup of coffee in one hand, and the index finger in the other hand is hovering over a collection of documents that are neatly organized on one side of the table. He's been here for some time. You gather from how he's sitting here right now.
Well, in that case, I'll go ahead and walk on in and just slide into the booth.
He looks up at you, pulls out a pocket watch as you arrive, and clicks it close. Let's get started.
Might as well. Been here a bit early.
You're here
my,
for...
my hat down on the table.
So, to start things off properly, you've been told a few things I'm told by Norman, including the names that we're looking for, as well as to not underestimate them, and to, of course this is your decision or not, to follow my lead in how we handle things.
That would be correct.
Wonderful. Let's start things off quickly then, we're not going to waste time. Vincent Rowan was a guest professor at Oxford University here in Wessex. He sometimes visited the Hall of Potential Learning in Eremos, but is most well known for his archaeological exploits in the Seeking Dunes. This is from one of those big folds he's reading. This is like a whole sheet from the folder he's reading out of. It was during an expedition that he had fallen out with one Raymond Otters, which led the once close associates to go their separate ways. Conovertrine, which is the name I believe Norman gave you, is the pen name of Vincent Rowan. He uses to write biographies, research papers, and studies. Beyond that, the name isn't seen very often. He closes the folder, puts it back into the satchel resting on the bench. That's our starting point. I'll be having you go to Oxford University. I will see if I have any liaisons in Patrida that can give us insight into Vincent's actions at the Hall or the Dunes. And the pocket watch chimes as the alarm goes off. He pulls it from his pocket, clicks it off, stands up, gathering the force into his bag, and my time is up here. I have left money behind to cover your breakfast. Eat well. Move efficiently. Call me when you find something, or if you need something. My phone hours are 12 p.m., 4 p.m., 8 p.m., and midnight. And without another word, he walks out.
What were those phone hours?
Here's the full thing. going in that chat. Hang on, I'm putting the full.
Oh,
thing.
that makes my life easier, cause. Oh, ouch.
There you go.
I thought he said 7:30 a.m. sharp.
He,
Not
he
fucking.
said 7 a.m. sharp.
Damn, I thought I heard 7:30. That's crazy. Look how it's fucking scrolling on my screen. Copy. Oh, I'm gonna have to fucking use like a Google Docs. Jesus Christ.
No, there's a note section in the game on your sheet.
I know, but this is not big enough.
Are you just copying and pasting things in there?
Yeah, I mean I'll touch it up later,
Oh,
but
I got you.
in case of that. But yeah. Anywho, yeah. Oh, you said Oxenfree. I heard Oxford.
Oh my gosh.
Bro
Bro is not gonna survive this campaign, Derek.
I swear.
Bro heard
I
7:30 and Oxford. He is done.
No, Derek, he said Oxford, bro. He said Oxford.
Oh man, that's wild, bro.
I swear you said anyway. Oh, after he leaves, I'll just order myself a coffee.
Okay.
Sit there and sip it, ponder over the information.
Lady walks over and goes, "It's all covered on his tab. No problem at all. The man that left before you."
Thank you.
Gives you your coffee and then walks off. However, actually, let's do it this way. Yeah. No, we can't do it that way yet. That'll fucking be done. Which brings us to, I guess today's date for you is the 20th of the month, which is, I want to say, I make sure my notes correct, make sure my notes are correct. I believe this is a month prior. This is a month prior to meeting with to where Derek is right now. Still, you're a month prior.
Damn.
Yeah, your date is 2208, Derek. He's on 2007 right now.
Damn.
I get Marlon caught up. Marlon, where do you go from there? Oxenfree is in Uptown. If you'd like to head there now.
Let's get on. Got nothing else better to do.
Move the clock to 8:30. Oh, wrong tab. Oh my gosh. I almost read the fucking game intro. Speaking of, now you get to you, Jade. As you are officially in the game now, I will give you the official world intro. 2 continents. The first is the land of harsh cold, endless rain, and coastal disasters. Gaspillage. A hub for modernity, carts fueled by steam, farms that are powered by compressed air, a capital city that will enrapture all who experience it, even decades after they first see it, due in part to the constant advances made within its limits. The second is a desert landscape of blistering nightly heat and foggy, humid days. Eremos, a land of mystery, a land that holds the secrets to humanity's beginnings far beneath its dunes, with only a few artifacts and locations ever been discovered in its 700 years of recorded history. The Crescent Ocean splits these landmasses to the east of Gaspillage, the Typhoon Sea splits them to the west. A small collection of islands reside in the south of the Crescent Ocean. This archipelago is named the Circus Whale Isles. Far above the ground, shining brightly down on the world and looming ever-presently overhead, is a moon, cracked, broken, fractured, as it has been for as long as any can remember. And you wake up on the bus as it stops. Ching! Oxenfree University.
Toss my hat back onto my head and hop off the bus.
Okay, you kind of kill uptown. You are greeted by the familiar beauty of the newer and by proxy more advanced side of the city. The cart stops across the road from Oxford University Welcome Center. The massive campus boasts the largest non-industrial area within the city, and not an ounce of it is wasted. And it's time to get information on Vincent. You just gotta find where to start. And this will introduce one of the mechanics I made for this game, which is randomly generated kind of encounters you have that kind of adjust the information or approach to a plot point. So Derek, I need you to roll me a D100 twice, please.
Oh, fuck yours. Yeah. 100.
7
100.
and a 15.
Hey, must be the money.
27, 15. All right.
Dead.
Okay. You begin to scan Oxenfree. How do you try and form this connection? How do you try and find information on Vincent in Oxenfree University exactly, Marlon?
So, so since his whole thing was archaeology, right?
Yeah, archaeology and history, and to an extent, anthropology. It's archaeology and anthropology to an extent, but like historical anthropology, I guess, is a more important thing.
Is there any like specific building dedicated to those to that field of study?
There is, yes. You do find one of the specialized buildings for history and cultures.
Does that
Entering.
building have like a certain name?
Let me see. Check my notes, just to make sure I get it right. Let's see. Oxford University. It is not. No, it is not any special thing. It is just one of the wings of one of the larger buildings.
Okay.
If you're looking for like specifics and like say like like chemistry, there are specific hands-on learning buildings where they specialize in like chemical testing, gem cutting, and other like hands-on work that you can kind of practice in the school. However, the historical section is just a wing of one of the larger kind of buildings they have.
Going there, does it seem like it's? Oh, first of all, is this even during like the usual school year? Or...
Yes, it is indeed.
Okay.
This school is year round because there's only of all the of the 2 remaining seasons in Gaspillage, there are only 3 total like not upper what are they called like graduate level higher educational buildings, being Oxenfree University in Visix, as well as the College of Exceptional Growth, also in Visix, and then a college over in West Creek Valley.
Okay.
So it is open year round for students that want to come into the school year round.
Gotcha. Would you say this particular week of the school is fairly busy, or not a whole lot of?
I'd say at this point in the year, probably, due to especially with the plethora of recent historical findings happening in Eremos, this wing looks a bit packed with, namely professors actually at this current moment. Few students, but a lot of professors seem to be intrigued in getting, more information on what's been happening in the field of science and history.
Interesting. Now I don't know if this is the case. Is there like any sort of information hall, like pointing to like different groups or anything about like any information on professors or anything?
It's like a front desk kind of thing. You can find professors in their personal offices, but other than that, not really.
Well, I'll try the front desk.
Okay. Ooh, Derek got you some good rolls too.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I mean, everything you hear there probably relate to you in character names at some point in time.
Yeah.
So just in case, let's see here. Yeah, wow. You're pretty good. Awesome. Okay. You walk up to the front desk. The electrician goes, "How can I help you today?" Go ahead, Jay. You gotta be British, Jay. Remember, accents are important.
British.
You gotta be British. Remember, accents are important in this game.
British. You said I didn't have to be British.
I mean, it's either that or you do. 1 second here. Either that. It's either British, German, or Romanian. Your choice.
I don't even know what the fuck do Romanians sound
I
like.
want to drink your blood.
It's because he didn't add any fucking black accents except Jamaican.
I'm gonna.
I guess West African would have been too difficult.
I'll rework it, okay?
I don't care.
Don't make me pull up the fucking
But
Huh? No.
If you can hold it for a full campaign in seriousness, by all means, you're welcome to.
I probably couldn't keep it up, but I could damn well try.
And just go with British.
What do British people speak again? What?
You can do cocky.
I can't believe you forgot what British
Can't believe you've done
sound
this.
like.
You do something simple, yeah. Just do something simple.
You just gotta think about Harry Potter. They tend to talk in a very funny manner. Like a fantasy world. Or you could do what they talk like in Baldur's Gate, because every fucking character
is British.
Except for Catherick.
Who's just
Oh,
J.K. Simmons.
It's just, yeah.
J.K.
American.
I was going to call him J. Jonah Jameson.
Oh my goodness. Basically the same person.
Yeah. Fun. What was it? Yes. Have you ever...
You got it.
I cannot picture a fucking British accent in my head for the life of me.
You just had it. You said, have you ever...
Did I?
You said, have you ever... And then you stopped for some reason. I don't know why you stopped. You were killing it. Have faith in yourself. You've heard enough British people in this game. Yeah, I'll make the clerk British now instead of Russian just to make it easier on you. Hello, how can I help you today?
Yes, is Professor... Oh, I lost his name in my fucking notes.
Vincent Rowan.
Vincent Rowan?
You had it. Now it's a tough one. It's tough one. You got it.
Rowan? It's a fucking weird ass last name.
Professor Vincent Rowan. One moment here. He has not been a guest professor for quite some time. However, I can refer you to one of his co-workers if you'd like, former co-workers.
Oh yes, please. That would do. Do you know if he is also scheduled for any lectures anytime soon?
Looking at the schedule today, or I guess looking at the schedule for it all, I do not believe so. The last lecture he had was, I want to say, a little over a year ago at this point in time. A bit longer, actually, no. He's had a few lectures. Let me see. I'd have to look it up all, but it feels as though his last lecture was at least more than a year ago. So I don't see any upcoming ones at all either. Peculiar.
It's truly a shame.
But if you go to room 501 on the fifth wing, you look at the building. There's like a wing that goes to your left. There's 5 total like wings, left, right, and then like almost like a half of a sun star. If you go to the upstairs down the hall to the right, that's wing 5, room 501. Should be the first door in the wing.
Bless you. And who would his acquaintance be?
That'll be Mr. Jeremy Rice. Yes.
Thank you. That I'll leave the.
I guess maybe Professor.
Yeah.
Professor Jeremy Rice.
Damn, I can't type for shit. Okay. Okay. I'll leave the desk and go up to the fifth wing, fifth wing. You know what I mean. But I won't go to his room exactly. I'm just gonna take a look around, see if there's any indication on what this guy specializes in. And maybe
you see kind of on the platform there it says Professor Jeremy Rice, Archaeological History. Oh, sorry, Historical Archaeology. I say it backwards. Historical Archaeology, but it says there not.
You said archaeological history?
Well, I said it backwards. It's Historical Archaeology. I said it backwards though.
does he appear to be having a class right now, or is this like his office, or is it a classroom?
This is his office.
Okay. Does he have any like office hours posted?
There posted. It does say 6 a.m. to 5 p.m. And it has, well, I mean, days a week there would be, I think it'd be what, Wednesday. For the office, it'd be Wednesday, like Saturday, Sunday, because the rest of them are class days. Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday for him.
Okay. Is there a nearby like computer lab type thing?
There are no computers. There are no computers in this room currently.
Wow.
It's still
library.
It is a library.
We'll go visit there real quick. See if I can pick up any information about this guy before I go talk to him.
Okay, you walk in the library. So I'll sit in wing 1 just to make it even rougher. So you walk all the way across the building to the opposite side of the large room into wing 1 down towards the library. Enter that area. You get there. There's of course similar like a librarian booth. They have a big old circle in the middle of it. A bunch of shelves all around the I forget what we call it, but like the desk where librarians sit is like right in the middle of the room, and it's just shelves everywhere on the sides of it. Small tables, staircase that goes to the middle and splits off to either side, and more more stuff on the second floor of it as well. Big library.
Now is this library? Does it seem like there's some sort of system to navigate the fucking books?
There is, yes. It is a
Okay.
university library, so it's definitely organized in. It's organized very specifically by like subject matter, past, present, or theoretical. It's very organized for everyone to find anything you need with relative ease, and then from there it's like alphabetical order of. I wouldn't be able to. That'd be tough to find stuff, but yeah, it's a very well organized library.
First what I'll try and do is look for any sort of archaeological section for anything about accomplishments for any archaeologist and or publishments by Jeremy Rice.
Okay.
Pretty much, I'm just looking for anything with his name.
Okay, got you.
If there is any.
Takes you a bit of time, so like 20 minutes or so to scan the whole library. You don't find any major publications by him. You do find what looks to be like a research binder of sorts that does cover a dig he went on and the work behind it. And as you get there, someone else is going over to the same thing, trying to grab the binder off the shelf right now.
You said someone else was trying to reach for it?
Yeah, they're trying to grab it off the shelf as they walk in.
Excuse me, if you don't mind, if I could just take a look at that fairly quickly.
You look to them, look at them and go, I'm not sure, but you can take a look. Sure. I know are you also a history student studying things along these lines?
I'm thinking about pursuing.
If you want my suggestion, Jeremy says a few good things for historical archaeology, but if you're looking for other things of a similar field, I'd recommend you look into old professor who used to go here, Vincent, I believe, and then also there's a biography by Connor Vitrine that I read a lot as well. They all go into Connor's book's a bit more about like the cultural impacts of things, and then Vincent's more about like actual archaeological studies on the anthropology of people that live there. So if you're getting into that field, I recommend Rice, Connor, Vincent, in that order, in my opinion. Because Vincent, in my opinion, goes a bit more into the anthropology, and I'm more into the history as a whole thing.
Well,
Sorry, I was talking too much. Sorry, I was talking too much.
No, you were fine. Instead, go ahead, take this thing. You've intrigued me about this biography of Connor. You had said?
Yeah, that's more of like a beliefs book though. It's like a book about beliefs and things along those lines. It's not a very popular book, but it does find stuff. I'd heard about it during. It was recommended to me whilst in the middle of doing one of my research papers actually.
Well, thank you for your insight. Surely I will find all that I need.
Oh, yeah, appreciate it. He takes the thing off the shelf and goes to a nearby table and begins to read over it. gets his own like notebook and he's writing down his own notebook, takes the notes there, kind of scanning back and forth to compare stuff. It looks like.
I'm also gonna go try and find that biography of Connor the Tree.
Okay. You do find it's pretty hard to find actually, but you do find that there is. Where is it? Gotta find it again.
The library's only copy that's
Burned. It's been destroyed. It's gone forever.
Only publication of only one copy.
You do find. There it is. Sorry. Looks to be a recording. It's a mixture of a recounting as well as a kind of biography of sorts regarding the ethics of archaeology and anthropology as well. And it goes more into like the beliefs and like kind of word of mouth stories of how Eremos functions and how archaeology is important to us, but culturally, it's a very in-depth book about like culture and archaeology as like a moral standpoint rather than a factual, informative standpoint.
Does there seem to be any inclination as to why he could be the person who hired the attackers?
In this book?
Is there any sort of like hint of disdain?
I'll say as you look in this book, one of the examples it uses, which is very ironic in this sense, has an example debate points. It's got a whole article of like debate points from two well-known figures in the field, or a well-known figure in the field and a professor, being Wesley C. Adams and Vincent Rowan himself in this book. So it seems that Connor Vertrain, which is of course is Vincent, used a debate he had as kind of not one of the like points to make, but as one of like the examples of the discussion and like what it is as a whole, like what it means to a degree. And you see, I wouldn't say. Let's see right here. I'll put it in chat for you. You don't really see how it links to him hiring the robber, but you do see from looking over the notes of this section, the debate is regarding the ethics and logistics of continued archaeology in the sinking dunes. Not all of Eremos, just in that area in particular, because one side is insistent that Eremos should remain buried, that they should be able to rest undisturbed, and that they deserve the privacy and sanctity of death, and it should not be infringed upon. While Vincent believes that since word of mouth is the only thing that is kind of pushed forward in Eremos, not a lot of writings, when people die in Eremos, they could be forgotten entirely that they ever existed. And his kind of the point is like to die and be forgotten is to never have lived at all. We know people lived there. We don't know their struggles or their stories. Something is lost when the path is left behind. When the past is left behind in ignorance, it's kind of a big point in this discussion. And it's just the two of them. It's debate points of them going back and forth on whether, archaeology in the sinking dunes is ethical and moral, and if things should be able to rest or uncovering them is the proper way of honoring who they are as people. But it could possibly link to the fact that he's been hiring teams to steal artifacts from the sinking dunes area. That could be a potential link, because you did hear from Norman that artifacts from the transport cart were taken by a team hired by Vincent, and that from your own hearings of like the radio, these items were items from the sinking dunes in Eremos themselves. So there is a possibility of a correlation there based upon just this ethics debate, is how he believes things should be unburied and unburied and studied and explored and appreciated, is kind of his standpoint in this debate. Not in like, of course, a greed way, but it's very much in a way of honoring those that have come before us, kind of way of uncovering things so they are not forgotten.
Oh, I'll take this. That probably won't work, actually. Before doing it, have I seen anybody else like check out books at all?
I mean, there's that one kid you saw before that was still somewhere nearby, because you were in the relatively same area. But other than that, people aren't checking out a lot of books so far, at least right now. Most people are in here reading and writing their notes down here, and you haven't really seen if you can check out books or not, but most people are in here reading their notes and putting the books back when they're done.
It's just that I would assume you would have to be an actual student to check out a book.
Presumably.
Unless this is a public library at
No,
the
this
same
is not a
time.
public library. It's not a public library.
Okay, yeah. Okay. I'll put the books that I picked up. I'll put those back. Then I'll head back to see if I can go talk to Professor Rice.
Okay. I will say, ironically enough, that same kid is there. Like a kid, same student is there. Not at the same time. Let's say you got here a bit before. You probably done reading before you were finished reading your section. But he's currently inside the office right now.
Bro, I'm gonna hunt this kid.
Big old, like satchel over his shoulder, full of papers. Sees you. Oh, you see Professor Rice as well?
Yes. I just wish to speak to him about some matters. But please take your time.
Oh no, he's going to be here in about like 10-15 minutes. I believe. I saw him leave out to get something to drink and to go to the bathroom, but he'll be back in a few minutes. I'm sorry, I think it's your name. Who are you? I'm Daniel. Nice to meet you.
Did you say his name was?
Daniel.
Daniel?
Yeah.
And I am Marlon.
Nice to meet you, Marlon. Getting into archaeology is a big thing. Maybe we'll be working together some days. In class or something. Or in the field, who knows?
Yes, who knows what the future will bring for us.
Man, it's a... I'm being honest, Daniel, or I'm being honest, Marlon, I really do wish that Professor, or guest Professor Vincent was around still to speak more. I attended a few of his lectures and they were riveting. They think they would spark me to get in this field, and I talked to Professor Rice because he worked with Vincent back in the past, or Professor Rowan in the past, but the man himself gave those lectures is different because Mr. Rice is more theoretical and potential, but Vincent's been there, he's been in the field, been digging, and I want to do that, I think.
So you've been present to a couple of his lectures before?
Oh yes, absolutely. They are fascinating lectures. Absolutely fascinating lectures.
Say if you were to put yourself in the shoes of Sir Vincent, what do you think he would be this day and age? What do you think he's up to currently?
If I'm to recall his lectures on how he might think, he had a plethora of presentations about the cultural impacts of Eremos' terrain on the people's development and technology. He had a deep interest in their theistic beliefs, arts, and philosophical outlook. So I think if I were him, I'd be looking into what these new artifacts in the world mean, like what their value was, what they were used for, who made them, when they were made, why they were made. Because I was there for his last presentation he had, this most recent one that he did, and it was focused on how beliefs shape culture and how culture shapes history. And many of what he said, many of his implications were that history is written and rewritten based upon the beliefs of the majority, or the minority are seen as outcasts and radical visionaries. And I think that sung with me, like resonated with me. He went into the word of mouth culture of Mosens and how it allows for those who are disagreed with to be forgotten and to by extension not exist in history. They're all intents a non-factor in the world. It is through archaeology and earthly Eremos that the truth of human history is unveiled and that our true beginnings are found. And that is what he said, and that was stuck to me. And I believe if he still believes those things, he will understand these new artifacts from the sinking dunes and what they could mean. It's a shame they were stolen before they could make it to the gallery, but if I were him, I would have been at that gallery to study them, to analyze them. I would have been out on Eremos trying to find more. But that's just me. At this point, you see taller, sorry, I guess it's a smaller, like a pretty small dude, very lithe, walks back from down the hall. Um, like those like necklace chain for glasses around his neck, his collar. Walks in and goes, "Ah, Daniel, I will speak with you momentarily. Um, don't believe I know your name. Looks up to you, Marlon. Are you a student here as well?"
Prospect.
Ah, well, you're welcome to talk after I speak to Daniel. Daniel goes, "No, no, no. I have a very long discussion with you, Mr. Rice. I hold his binder, but I finished my thesis for my paper." And he goes, "Right, in that case, come on inside, Mr. Prospect." He opens the door, unlocks the door, and lets you entrance. And Jeremy kind of goes, or Daniel kind of goes, "Good luck."
I'll give him a nod tip of my hat. So walk inside the professor's office. Quick question.
Yes.
In a couple of the books I was looking at, were there any examples of some of the Erebus artifacts?
A few, yeah. There's that as well.
Oh God.
So, Mr. Puts a hand out toward you.
Marlon.
Mr. Marlon, how can I help you today?
Well, Professor, I was hoping to find some information on a way I could contact Mr. Vincent Brewer. I hate that last name. Jesus Christ.
You're gonna get used to it. You gotta get used to it. Vincent. I have not talked to Vincent in quite some time. The last time I had seen Vincent, he was about to leave for his first private archaeological dig.
Archaeological dig, you say?
Yes.
Whereabouts?
If I do recall correctly, it was to be a long expedition. Taking him from his base point at Patrida, out to the sinking dunes, and up to the lake Hezero Predaka, I believe. It was a long journey he's going to do. So to follow the entirety of the dunes to see if he could recount the trail and steps of the ancestors of Eremos.
Let's see. Well, I was hoping he could shed some light on some artifacts that I have taken a peculiar interest into, found.
You can get your hands on Vincent. I'm sure a lot of people like to talk to him. He is the foremost man to ask about things of the Sinking Dunes region in particular. He, Mr. Adams, Wesley C. Adams, you might know him, and Mr. Wild, Juniper Wild. Those three were at different points in time, sometimes together. They were men that pushed the digs in Eremos. It's a shame that the two of them got too old to keep going, but Vincent carries on their spirit, and I believe that's why he went from public to private archaeological digs, to get more into the field. But, yeah, he hired a private team, very odd private team in my opinion, but hired a private team and went out on his own, and he's not come back to speak with any of the other professors or be a professor here since.
Do hope that he returns soon. So there's some things I wish to try to discuss with him.
You and me both. I've begun doing my own thesis paper to maintain my theories as a professor, and there are some theories and points I wish to speak with him about. Now, many professors do. There's been a boom, a resurgence in the field ever since these new artifacts have been found. Wonderful thing.
Seems we both like to, but I guess he is a busy man after all.
Presumably.
Well, that is all I truly had for you, Professor. Thank you.
Well, come back anytime. You're a potential student of mine, it seems, so I would gladly speak with you and assist you in anything you need.
I'll do a slight nod. And I'll head on out.
Okay. You head out. I'll say after a bit more time, say a few more hours of speaking with staff and the like, you think you found about everything you can gain from this place. And so you depart the campus. What you do in the next month is up to you. However, we'll do that in an actual solo session for you. If you want to do a small spin-off session again as well for you doing more digging around. However, you get a call about a month later from John Doe. Malon. Hello, Malon.
Yes, John Doe.
Tonight, or rather this afternoon, there'll be a meeting with one of Norman's associates. Can you be there? I believe you two need to meet, and there are things I need to discuss with both of you at the same time.
When and where?
Here's the address, and he gives you the address to a location. The time should be about, say, 2:25, 2:30.
You said this is a month later,
Yep.
correct?
The date now.
Yeah, let me think for the way I'm like organizing this shit.
But for that month of time, you were relatively kind of on your own in the dark, getting your own information, working your own work, and just kind of hanging about. But the date is now 2208, 452. A month has passed since you were first put on this task. You've not heard from Norman in this time. You've heard frequently from John Doe about updates on what he's found, as well as check-ins on you for anything you found as well. But beyond that, you've been relatively in the dark on most things. Either that, or there's not really an update to give you for them to give you a call.
Oh, fuck.
However, we jump back now to Rashawn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
We pick up where we left off. Do not interrupt me until I say so. Norman is going to try and find Vincent before the showcase. You're his contingency. Or rather, the two of you are. And he snaps his fingers, and at that moment, Marlon, as you just walk through the back door of the building, you hear a snap as you're relatively summoned, as you were told the signal to come out from the back room is the snap signal from John Doe.
Waiting on you.
Marlon
Why
waits.
you gotta be so
Fucking
fucking
odd,
suspicious?
Fucking in a black suit, bowler hat too, coming up from the fucking back, bro. What the fuck?
Why'd you do all that? That's so extra. You just had him take a seat. You didn't have to snap your fingers.
I could have, this is correct. However, Marlon was on assurance that we were being followed. Marlon here is timer first. This gentleman here is similar to you, someone who knows Norman personally. Norman doesn't want your group to lose muscle with you gone, so they'll replace you. You, Rashawn, will be going to Stone Glass Prison to question the imprisoned thieves. No one believed you to get ahead of this situation, and then we hold the key. Follow the lead. Yeah.
This is to you. I'm getting some racist vibes to this guy. He walks in here, he's commanding the other black person. He says that he's kind of like you, and then he says, I'm going to infiltrate the prison.
Oh my god. This is not racist. It just happened. It just so happened.
No, Gabe is a racist to you.
I'm gonna look at fucking Marlon over here and be like, are you hearing this?
No, he says similar to you, that you're both as if you're both with Norman, not that you're both black.
As you can see, he's similar to you. What do you mean by that?
What do you mean by that, bro? What do you mean by that? Stand up and look me in the face when you say that again.
You are to follow the lead the thieves give you and call this number when you do anything you learn. He plucks a card from one of the folders and sends it over to you. Malon here is also one of the more combative essences of our group. Seeing as your team is more hands-on, Marlon was the best pick for Norman. He was a former PSO security enforcer. He is trained in combat, similar to how you are. Not the same, of course, manners as your own self. However, To ensure that your group is well taken care of in your absence, Marlon has been sent in to replace you. 5 minutes have passed. You can't pull the stopwatch out.
Fuck Hunter.
Just for you to have a seat. Just for you to have a seat, Marlon.
I'll take off my hat, place it on the table, and seat.
It is now time for a back and forth between all three of us. And he starts the timer on the stopwatch. Any questions or concerns from either of you regarding this?
No.
I do want to inform you, Rashawn, that I have not spoken to Norman since about a week and a half ago. I was just hoping to find you at a particular date in case he didn't reach out, as you were to be the precaution of him being off the grid. The last thing he told me was that he'd be trying to find Vincent at this next showcase, and that he'd be off the grid until then. I've not heard back from him since then, but the showing is tonight, so I'm assuming he'll be there tonight. If there's no questions from either of you, any questions from you, Marlon?
None from me.
Any concerns from either of you regarding this? This is getting into very... Well, he looks to you, Rashawn. I understand you've already been in quite heated confrontations yourself since things began already with the folks that you and Norman had encountered. But this is, at this point, the point of no return, I'd like to say. Any further investigation is... encroaches upon vigilantism, I'd say.
No, I have no question.
He pulls out a pack of cards, hand it to you, Rashawn. 200 cards for you. This is...
If I do this, I'm going to prison.
No, you're not going to prison. You're going to speak to... You're going to... Well, you and I are going to work together to create some fake credentials for you. You're not going to prison. You're going to be a friend and or family guest of our dear inmates there. Give some time to talk with them. It'll be difficult, I'll say for the least. There will be hounds there. Hounds are very large fellows, but if we work properly and we coordinate together and we create a proper plan, I believe getting you into stone glass to get questions answered and getting you out should not be too difficult. I, of course, will not be going in there myself, but I will be giving you... I've been instructed by Norman to allow you use of my Steam cart, which has built into it a phone you can use to contact me. So I'll be relaying information via that phone and any other landline phones you find on your road. That being said, you might need to get yourself some more equipment, seeing as you'll be on your own from this point forward in terms of field action, and there'll be no backup for you. So I recommend, at least from my personal experience working with Norman and working with, recently working with Mr. Marlon, some body armor of sorts, and I would suggest a slug thrower, though hopefully you'll need to use it.
I can get that.
Very well. In that case, you see you pick up the stopwatch. Still 2 minutes left, it seems. Well, closes the stopwatch, puts it in his pocket, stands up, closes the folders up, and pushes his chair in. He places a business card on the table, slides it over. I guess you did that. No, here, I give you one. Has he even used a business card yet, Rashawn? I forget if he gave you one or not.
I don't think so.
Yep.
You gave me a fucking card and told me to throw in the hot dog trash.
Oh, I guess he sent up to you a business card this time, as well with like the stack of 200 cards. Seeing as we are done here, I will be departing. I will say I owe you 2 minutes of time, Marlon, should you need to call me again. Norman paid for specific time slots for our meetings, and seeing as 2 minutes have been saved, I owe you a 2-minute phone call at any point in time. However, just a 2-minute phone call, but anything beyond that will cost you more than Norman paid me. The two of you can discuss any details or information you both have regarding this case together, cross-reference what you found, and then go your separate ways. Because from this point on, he looks at you, Marlon, I am no longer your partner, I'm working for Sean now. It was a pleasure. If you need to call me, it will now cost you. Till next time, gentlemen, I wish you all the best of luck, and I'll be speaking with you soon, Rashawn. Oh, and by the by, he puts like 20 cards down. is for lunch. There's a wonderful diner in the area you can get food from. They serve the best pulled pork sandwiches.
More pork. I am not really hungry.
Oh, apologies. The hot dogs are a precaution, as well as a test.
A test?
Yes,
Alright.
but I trust you now. You seem to be heavy on your shoulders, and no one trusts you, so we'll be great partners, I'm sure.
3 hot dogs, man.
Would you? Then keep the 20 card for the hot dog compensation. Apologies.
I didn't
Hot
need
dogs
2.
fuck him up, bro.
Oh dear. Looks at his stopwatch again. I have a meeting to attend to in about an hour and a half from now, so I must make my way out now. Good evening, or I guess good day to you, gentlemen. He walks back out through the back door. Can you turn left to share any information you'd like regarding this case? Which can be done either now or out of the game by just at least sharing notes back and forth.
I mean, if he
No
wants to
notes
ask.
give him.
I mean, I still don't trust this man. Anyways. There is a painting at my apartment. You can take it. The moon painting. How am I supposed to go to jail?
You guys are going to plan that later on, not today though.
Oh, okay.
That's a plan for you to handle later on. 'Cause it's going to require a lot of in-depth scheming on how to break into the most secure prison on the planet.
Alright, well, if you do not have questions for me, I will be going.
I think all things will be taken care of. Yeah. You can go ahead. Yeah, fuck my head. Yeah, you can go ahead and do your thing.
Let's get up.
Alright, you get up and get to leave. It does occur to you, though, at this point in time, as with John Doe's your new partner, and you being put off from the team, only really loose end for you with this work to accomplish now is to get Marlon in touch with Elizabeth, because she has been the sort of middleman for you and Norman since he went missing.
Ah. Yeah, just call this number and tell the woman you are the new Rashan.
Alright.
Well. Goodbye.
Walk back out the front door, ding ding ding, in the front of the building. But you have a number to call, Marlon.
Calling simulator. Guess I'll go make another phone call.
That's what investigating all about, buddy. If I didn't ask any questions to Rashawn about the whole case, that Rashawn's been on for like 3 months now.
These are. I thought we were just gonna share notes outside of the game. Just make it.
That makes sense. Okay. You call a line. Line rings, and then it buzzes. It's forwarded to a different phone line. A voice you've heard like once or twice before. At this point, Marlon comes through. Office of Young PI. This is the secretary of Mr. Young speaking. How may I help you?
What did she say her name was?
Her name is. You don't know what her name is. You were told to say that you're the new Rashad.
What?
But it's
I
you
thought
know her name to be it's Elizabeth. You've worked with her
Oh.
once or twice, but
Hello.
hello.
Just. Well, because we're just told to call and say I'm the new Rashawn.
Who is this?
This is Marlon Thalamus.
Oh, Marlon. It's been quite some time. How have you been?
Oh, Elizabeth.
Well, I would give us time to catch up, but you are the new Rashawn, meaning what exactly? Is Rashawn okay?
He's being utilized in a different job now. Because
By
I'm
who?
taking his place. John Doe.
punctual prick he is. But Rashawn is also very punctual and does great work comparatively to his associates in some regards. So I suppose those two will be taken care of. In that case, Marlon / new Rashawn, I should inform you of some things.
Go right ahead.
The other two, Yuri and Alexei, have been given one of Norman's old steam carts to head out to Bloomfast to follow a lead on a safe house that Vincent uses. If you want to catch up, you'll need to spend a pretty large amount on a private steam cart to transport you out there.
How much is a lot?
If you can barter, maybe 100 cards. If you can't, about 120, 130. But it'll get you there fast. You should catch up with them. You should be only about an hour behind them, but you would need to leave probably before tonight happens. They are leaving as we speak, actually. Oh, no, sorry, they left. No, yeah, they're leaving as we speak, actually. At this current moment, they are leaving.
Lord. Well, I guess I'll have to make do. I should have enough to cover it.
And other information. Let's see here. If you speak to Sean at all ever again before you leave, tell him that I've gone to Jack or Jill, and Jack or Jill's what gave Alexei and Yuri the address, so no need to go there any further. And I would recommend, upon arrival, you do not act suspicious, and you tell them that you are a friend of Elizabeth and Norman, and that you are replacing Rashawn upon Norman's request. Otherwise, I believe Alexei might try to stab you.
Was not fun. Well, I'll make sure to tell them.
Precisely. Again, of the group that's been on this case besides Norman, the only semi-professional has been Rashawn. Alexei is a boat kid that has knives and fishing experience, and Yuri is an old doctor. Neither of the two are of sound mind when it comes to stressful situations. However, they are reliable in the field so far, it seems. But just don't get stabbed, and speak to them clearly. Also, keep your eyes on Yuri. His mind is losing him at times.
Great. I'm being paired up with a psychopath.
Par for the course in the work at Norman PI, or a young PI. So, that being the case, I must go now. I'm going to try to get in touch with Rashawn and John Doe to find out how I can help them. Because once you leave the city, and you're on your own with me as well, because I only operate in the city.
Of course.
Good luck, and find Norman, please. I told the two the same thing, but please find Norman.
You haven't seen him in quite some time?
I have not heard from him either. He's been radio silent for the past few weeks to a month now.
I'm sure he's somewhere lurking about.
Well, if you find him, tell him to come back, or I will burn his office down. Goodbye for now.
Yeah,
And just
fair.
hangs the phone up. And as the phone line clicks, and you are given an objective. Mark up 120 card, by the way, Marlon.
120? I can't try to barter for 100.
Sorry. Yeah, Roman Charisma.
Alright, how do you do your rolls? Or is it just normal?
Are
Based
you,
on modifier?
let me see. Yeah, it'll be your plus your modifier. Yeah, let me see in there. It's a like your stats. D100 plus 2.
Oh, it's based off of the D100? Jesus
Everything-
Christ,
yeah,
I have
they're
a
all-
D20 in my
Nope,
hand.
they're all. The only two dice you're gonna need are a D100 and a D10 this whole game. They're all every roll's percentile based.
So 60 or is that that's 68. So with my modifier, that would be
70.
70.
All right. I'll say with that they drop it down to about 90 actually.
You said it goes down to 90?
Yes, so mark off 90 cards.
Oh, hell yeah.
But as you, I'll say, spend a bit of time today gathering supplies for this long trip and this out in the field travel, because I will show you the world map real fast. Bloomfast is over here. as you prepare to leave the city of Essex to be out in the field with a young boat kid and an old doctor, and as Rashawn, John Doe, and to an extent Elizabeth begin to find how to get Rashawn into Stone Glass Prison to begin his own investigations, we will end this exchange of roles here.
Yeah.